Tonight, new questions about cell phones in school after a shooting at Warner Robins High. Next school year, new legislation bans phone use in high schools. Some say the legislation will remove a frequent distraction for students. But some Warner Robins parents say Wednesday's shooting reinforces their opposition to that law. Olivia Dunn joins us live in studio. Olivia, you talked to a Warner Robins mom and a state representative who share very different perspectives.
Yeah, hey, Lori. Now, I want to show you first these text messages between Emily Kane and her sophomore daughter, who was at Warner Robins High on Wednesday. Now, she says her daughter's phone was what kept them both calm, so they could communicate while there was still so much confusion. But next school year, phones won't be as accessible in Georgia high schools, and Kane thinks that needs to change.
Those three little dots kept popping up on my phone, and I just kept her talking and texting, and that's what helped us get through that time.
When the unthinkable happened Wednesday, this was Kane and her daughter's lifeline.
From the time that I got the first text message from her to the time I actually was able to get her was 2.5 hours. That's a long time. And I can't imagine how hard it would have been had she not been in contact with me the whole time.
Kane worries an incoming Georgia law will cut that lifeline. Next year, Georgia high school students won't have access to their phones under House Bill 1009. Kane says she understands they can be a distraction, but she thinks Wednesday's shooting proves students need to be able to reach their families.
If there is another emergency situation like what we had, you know, they're still going to be able to get to them and get to us and contact us.
Others disagree.
I'm still very affirmative for cell phones not being in the school.
House Representative Anissa Jones covers part of Houston County and voted for the legislation to ban phones.
There are definitely distractors against critical thinking. I don't think that the phones being there would have prevented this particular incident.
Jones says as a parent, she understands other parents wanting to stay in touch with their students and says there should be more conversations between parents and school leaders to keep communication without phones. But she says she's focused on other questions after this shooting.
How did this young person get access to this gun? How did this young person, how are they able to bring the gun into the school? Those are really the questions that we should be really tackling and figuring out some solutions to.
As for Kane, she and a few hundred people signed a petition lobbying for state leaders to go back on the bill. She says she's grateful her daughter is safe and for the quick response of law enforcement and school leaders. But she hopes her daughter's phone will still be accessible next year.
I think that cell phones belong in schools. I think this is not a one-time occurrence, but it's not a matter of if, it's when the next crisis happens.
Well, Lori, House Bill 1009 goes into effect July 1st, 2027. So that means Georgia public high school students will lose access to their phones next school year. Back to you.
Thank you, Olivia. The law will let districts decide how to store students' phones during the day.